Hi, my name is Jason Hernandez. I was born and raised in McKinney, Texas. In 1998, I was sentenced to life without parole plus 300 years. You know, growing up as a kid in a city of nobodies, I wanted to be somebody, and I just thought the only way that I could get that in my neighborhood was to sell drugs. I mean, if you turn on the TV at that time and even now to this day, if you watch movies, if you watch TV shows, if you watch the news, every time that I seen somebody that was portrayed as an inmate, as an ex-felon, as a drug dealer or a drug user, I saw people that looked like me. And normally that's what I just thought that Hispanic people were supposed to do. Mexicans, we were just born to sell drugs, to use drugs. And first time ever a Hispanic kid comes across officers when he's getting arrested. The first time he ever comes across meeting a lawyer or a judge is when he's in the courtroom. The prison I went to was the United States Penitentiary Federal Prison in Beaumont, Texas. It housed some of the worst gangsters, terrorists, murderers, and to see some of the stuff that I witnessed in there. First time I ever seen a man killed, and I see multiple of them killed, was when I was in prison. First time I ever seen heroin was when I was in prison. First time I ever heard a man raped, and it's something that you will never forget about. I had to go to prison to witness all this, to experience this. How could this happen? How could this be happening in the United States of America, where we have these prisons around here that are just breeding grounds? Majority of the people that I know that went in there that weren't drug addicts turned out being drug addicts. People in there who weren't violent ended up going in there and committing violent acts because of the atmosphere that's created there. I mean, anybody who thinks about that prisons are for rehabilitation, it's not. It's just to incarcerate people there. You know, I entered prison with the sentence of life without parole, plus nearly 300 years for a nonviolent drug crime. It wasn't until my brother was murdered in prison in 2002 that I started actually believing that I was going to get out of there. I didn't know how, how it was going to happen, but I just believed that if I just transformed my life 180 degrees and not only try to better my life, but better other inmates' lives in the process, that it would happen. And that's what I did. I lived every day like I was going home tomorrow. In 2013, December 19th, I was fortunate enough to receive clemency from President Barack Obama. And for me, I was supposed to die in prison. And for President Obama giving me my life back, I look at him like a father. And just like any son to his father, you want to make him extremely proud of you, proud of the decision that he made, a gamble that he took, not even knowing me, thinking that, you know what, I'm going to let him out, he's going to do the right thing. 98% of the inmates that are incarcerated eventually come home one day. We spent over $1 trillion on the war on drugs. We spent $80 billion a year incarcerating people. I just asked myself, like, was the war on drugs actually designed to be a war against drugs, or was it actually a war against minorities? Coming out of prison, you would think that that's the ultimate, that it's over. But what I had learned real quickly that my troubles were barely beginning. To get a job, to get a place to stay, it's like this scarlet letter, even though we've paid our price to society.